to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Ragin' Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store for you today. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ragin' Cajuns will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. First down for this offense. He wants to throw. He's going to take a shot. Intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
You know, you hear a lot about pre-game jitters and nerves. I'm not sure if the quarterback really felt fully convinced that's where that ball should have gone, David, because that just looked shaky from the get-go.
Yeah, and I think your goal as an offensive coordinator, so many offensive coordinators across the country, what do they tell us? I got to get my quarterback in a rhythm, make it easy on him early. That wasn't it. You could tell a little bit of confusion, and that's the opposite of getting him in a rhythm. Now you got him in a funk to start this game, and the defense gets a takeaway on play 1.
They'll run it. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
He'll get rid of it. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Ragin' Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Smashes through. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ragin' Cajun. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Louisiana.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Snap in the shotgun. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the 2-point conversion attempt. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
To the air, it's Horvat. They're bringing heat. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
A 1st and 10 for this offense. He's going to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's off to the races. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
The defense just got out-muscled at the point of attack there. And the back showed good vision, made a cut into the hole, 1st down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires one high and deep. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cajuns.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. 1st quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Trying to take it back. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think can play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Man, what a break. Great job following on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, following the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
Skips away from pressure. There's no reasonable explanation for what just happened outside of something nefarious. Just threw it in reverse and said, hey, I want a safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off.
The return is brought down at the 48, and the Navy offense will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Navy offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, 1st play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. To the air, it's Horvath. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They found a little open space. Unfortunately, it was in the wrong direction. 2nd and long coming up. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Looking for a block. It's Leonard. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. At the 40, there he goes. There he goes down the right side. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
We didn't have to work very hard on that one. There was nobody in sight as he rips off a massive run.
Sort of a mark of excellence for any back is yards after contact. Well, yards before contact can be sort of a badge of honor for that O-line.
Yeah, let's give them some credit. They got tremendous push getting hats on hats. They made that easy.
Barges ahead. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Starting to feel a little pressure. It's another safety. They get their 3rd one of this game.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed for days. But you better hang on to the football. I know you want to make big plays, those splash plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Navy!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, they cut it to a 14-13 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Marshall was anything but dominant, but the Thundering Herd are going to leave this stadium today winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L-Con. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. In a world of trouble from the start and a massive loss on that play.
Man, you got to know when to give it up. You can't just keep retreating and going backwards and backwards and backwards, thinking at some point you're going to outrun everybody and make a big play. That play was doomed from the get-go, and it was going the wrong direction.
And that last play is why it is a gift to have a short-term memory in this game. 2nd and long coming up. He's looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Makes a connection. And they'll knock him down.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go sideline to sideline, that might be a good move moving forward.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. At the 45 on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. In a world of trouble from the start and a massive loss on that play.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a second.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Distance not the problem here. The angle is a little tricky. Absolute shank. Missed it. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
And Navy will go back on the attack. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's...
And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, he set his offense up at the 30. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Still looking, on the move. Just threw that one way too far.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field of play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
And wait, it's just 2nd down, and the field goal kicker's out. And it's no good. He missed it. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still 1.
There's a lot of strategies to win football games, and there are very intelligent coaches in the game today. I've never seen a field goal attempt on 1st down. That was a play I am never going to forget, although I wish I could.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Coming after him. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Back to throw, it's Horvath. Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception. Ball's out. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Looking for more room. Touchdown, midshipman. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensive. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Across the 45. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Gives it to the back on the draw. Nice stiff arm there, but the defense still able to stop him for a short gain. It's 3rd down, and they've got to get it to the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Keeps it himself and gets the 1st. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the 1st quarter.
The end of the first quarter. Navy 20, Louisiana 14.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
That QB is lucky that ball wasn't picked. You just cannot lob the football, especially when you're throwing it down the middle of the field like that.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight. And, man, this kicker is now 0 for 3 in this game, and you got to wonder what his confidence is like right now. He's cost his team 9 points so far.
Wants to throw. It's Horvath. Gets open down the middle. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That's now his second interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Navy offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, just keeps firing. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got some room to run. Just trucks through it. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Scanning the field, it's Horvath. Fires to the right. And the ball is picked off.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Showing all kinds of confidence in that arm, throwing back to the right. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
Looking to scramble. Feeling some heat. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB. And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it. Get what you can get and then live to play the next down. I like that execution.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana. He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Here we go. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's not going to get there. The defense standing tall on this two-point conversion attempt, and we are still tied. Surely they're going to kick this thing away. Tied in the second quarter. They're lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The back goes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Throws to the wideout. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's so frustrating. I got you in the perfect situation. I get you in third and long, more predictable. I know it's going to be a pass, and then Houdini pulls the rabbit out of the hat, makes something happen, scrambles around, gets the first down. Goodness gracious, this guy is so good.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. There's a live football. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back.
What a roller coaster on that play, Palmer. The defense gets the interception, and then he fumbles the ball trying to return it, but a heads-up play to fall on the football, and in the end, create the turnover.
It's amazing, David, because you know the defense practices getting turnovers. I don't know how often, though, they practice ball security. And they made that one interesting, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is to get the TO.
Going up top on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. Snatches it on the right. Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, trying to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Buys a little time. Grabbed behind the line. It's Carter. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You hear this all the time, but you've got to be able to tackle the catch. Limit yak, right? I know that ball wasn't thrown deep down the field. As soon as that guy caught it, though, down he went.
They'll run play action. Dances away to buy time. Pressure coming. In a world of trouble and not making it any better. And down he goes. A terrible sack taken by this quarterback. It is third and long. Let's see what kind of arm he's got. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them...
Oh, they're trying to trick him. It's a fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the fake works if he can get the first.
Man, everybody loves a fake punt until it doesn't work. And how about the defense? Great job being aware, not falling asleep. That's what happens. A lot of times you fall asleep, you give up a big play, give up the first down. They were dialed in, they were ready, and they stopped the guy just short of the first down.
That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. To the air on first down. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Got his man on the right. At midfield, he's got room. Oh, look out, there he goes. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Navy! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are back contain this offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Northwestern has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 21 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressure the quarterback.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. At the 35, he's got room. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Open space at the 25. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. It just has to do better moving forward.
Looking downfield, it's Horvath. He's got the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll pull it down. Across the 25, he's got room. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. He lets it fly. And that pass is intercepted. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? He picks it up, still on his feet. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, midshipman. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And that's not how you draw it up, but how about the offense and the awareness? You see the ball out, forget jumping on it. I'm going to pick that puppy up. I'm going to take it to the house. The OC, great call on that one, buddy, because it worked to perfection.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. Looking for a huge play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. delivers the contact. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
The throw. That's reeled in. It's Carter. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Floating away. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quick completion on the out. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Davis. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Give to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
At the 5-yard line. Now,
despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. They'll try it on the ground. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the doorstep, 1st and goal at the 1. Quarterback sneak, wedging himself into the line.
Well, they tried to go quarterback sneak, and I know for a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half. Cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
I don't know what this says about trusting your defense, but they're going for an early onside kick down 1 possession. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the 2nd quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Snagged in the middle. It's Kent. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. Just enough time to get off 1 more snap. Wants to throw on second down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the...
Makes the grab on the left side. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot and led to a wide-open receiver.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Raging Cajuns will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease to the left. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
To the ground with the back. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Trying to barge their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense. Understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says no.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cajuns. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was weak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
They opt to go for 2 to try to tie it up right now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Trying to get to him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
This is a 3rd and long. looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to make magic with his feet. Still on his feet at the 45. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Touchdown, Navy! And that one will put him up here in the second half. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Eastern Michigan is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Jacksonville State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Smashes ahead. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Got him downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
And the Raging Cajuns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And Navy will go back on the attack. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next.
Touchdown, midshipman! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Ball Ball goes out of bounds. The onside kick is unsuccessful, and they'll take over after the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. The give to the single back. Got room at the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Raging Cajuns! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that one. Nice job.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and with that, they take the lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Here on 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Horvat. Fires and picked off. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job.
Deep shot for the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Couldn't make the play last time. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Louisiana.
I'm not sure what kind of vexing and magic they're trying to conjure up here, but sending out the field goal unit. No good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss.
Listen, I know there's a ton of college football analytics out there, and most of them I don't even understand. I don't know if I've ever seen a team in the first half of a football game attempt a field goal on 3rd down. I don't know if there was confusion on the sidelines. I don't know if they're just trying to experiment. That was weird.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Nothing but green ahead. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Navy! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's...
And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the two-point try. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more.
What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety.
And these quarterbacks, they know they're playmakers, and they can make big plays. And so that you see more dancing nowadays. And he's dancing. He's got his dancing shoes on. He's going backwards and moving around. But at some point, we got to know to pull the trigger, throw the football away, not keep floating all the way back to the end zone, getting tackled, giving up the safety.
On first down, here comes this offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. They're trying to get to him. Catch in the middle, it's Hutchinson. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. First and 10. Dropping back, it's Horvath. And they get the sack right out of the gate. And nobody responsible for picking up the free safety because, David, frankly, I don't believe they thought he was coming.
No, and whose responsibility is that? The quarterback. If I see the free safety blitzing, I'm throwing the ball deep to somebody to make a play.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Taking it the other way. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, midshipman.
Touchdown, Navy. Number 89.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by just one over Appalachian State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll throw it on first down. Pocket start. He uncorks one deep. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their heads lost one deep down the right side. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Raging Cajuns trying to pay off the threat on first and goal.
Let's go!
Snaps it in the shotgun. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns! This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Fielded in the end zone, it's Leonard. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Navy offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything worked.
All kinds of running room. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fires to the wideout. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make a connection.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Looking for a deep man. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Navy! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Dropping back, it's Horvat. Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the two-point try.
Navy, 68. Louisiana, 56.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Dennis. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Louisiana! He just took it the entire length of the field, end-to-end, coast-to-coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes, over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that in the end zone, making a huge play.
And he tacks on the extra point. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Navy will go back on the attack. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the...
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
I'm not sure if he could have kicked it farther by using... And he muffs it, a loose football.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football. They are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field because that could have been disastrous.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Grabs it inside the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it down first and goal.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards.
Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. They take the lead with the 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll line up to go for 2. Powers forward. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, midshipmen. The special teams proving worthy of their name. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. To throw, it's Horvat. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to know where to go, and the ball is loose. The defense pounced on that, now they're headed the other way.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Now on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He'll ride his man on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Flyers downfield. And that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Navy 75, Louisiana 69.
First down to start the drive after the break. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off-play action. Moving out of the pocket. He'll let it go down the right side. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
That QB is absolutely going to buy all the hog mollies up front a steak dinner tonight. My goodness, you have that much time in the pocket, I think I could be successful. And I don't even like quarterbacks or want to play quarterback.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day.
Headed to the end zone. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. And now, 4th quarter, 4-down territory almost certainly as they get ready to try to grab the lead. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Oh, and he missed it, and we're still tied. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. I don't know about this decision. Tie game, 4th quarter. They're lining up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Touchdown, Navy! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by 10 over Ball State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Will take over 1st and 10.
comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. He's looking to throw it. Oh, he wants it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. He'll take another shot here. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana.
How about the day for this shot?
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he can't get it away. The sack, keeping this offense from taking the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A 3rd and long coming up here. Dropping back, it's Horvat. They're bringing heat. Coming after it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, midshipman. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off by going up top. 81 yards on the touchdown pass.
Set to kick it off.
He'll bring it out. It's Williams. The kick coverage team was ready and in their lanes, and he would have been better off just to take a knee in the end zone. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. He unleashes a long one. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Dances away. What a stunningly boneheaded play. You can't make a miracle every time. Don't get sacked for the safety.
And that one stings. Man, Man, this offense had an opportunity, go down the field, score, make this game awesome and super competitive, and they give up a safety and give the football back. I tell you what, they were already in a hurry, and a lot of things had to happen for them to come down the field and win this football game. Now, oof, it's looking like an uphill battle.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
A full field of defensive backs trying to take away the deep ball. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Steps away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 45 on his way. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's first and 10 from the 39. Back to pass, it's Horvath. Now improvising. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Running back goes in motion. On second down, he'll fire. Hit as he throws. Finds a man by himself. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Nothing wrong with a touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking deep down the right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, first and 10 from the 37. Looking to move it through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's got it inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Raging Cajun. Timeout called by the defense as their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. On to attempt the try. Looking to... It's a fake and the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. Almost ready to kick it away run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Navy offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Oh, it's out. And the defense has got it, and they're trying to pick up some yards.
And that is a roller coaster. We got the pick. Oh, no, we just lost it. Oh, no, we got it back. At the end of the day, the defense, David, still have it.
Yeah, and all you're trying to do is force turnovers, create plays. Nice job getting the interception. And listen, when you're running to the football, trying to block, that ball comes out. Nice job falling on it, creating the turnover.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Now on second down after the incompletion. They'll ride Davis here. The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? Turns it on down the left side. The tag. Touchdown, midshipmen. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners, takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
Into the end zone he goes for the 2, and now they lead by 3 possessions. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Unleashes one. He's got an open man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. He's going to throw deep right side. And he makes the catch at the 25. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Going for 6. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Akron is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Charlie Fry, this offense is not capable of scoring points every single time it sees the ball. They're up by 10 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure and you get to hit the quarterback. But two, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Trying to escape and get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Looking to throw for it. Snares it outside. It's Kent. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Still on his feet at the 45. Running toward the tape. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24.
This is exactly why nobody wants a Jesse Palmer anymore. You want quarterbacks that can do that. Look at him, pick him up, put him down, just chewing up yards. It was supposed to be a pass, now turns it into a huge gain. Jesse Palmer never could do that.
Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Back to throw, it's Horvat. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Got enough space. Touchdown, Navy! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
Lining up to add another. They fake it, goes to the tight end. And they swarm him under. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Can anyone catch him? And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much.
He lets one fly deep. And he makes the catch at the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Pressure coming. Buying some time as he moves left. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Ripping through the defense. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's going to take off. At the 45 on his way. He's loose. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the 1st down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Scrambling away. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Trying to get to it. Looking for the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, midshipman. And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Soft spot in the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. He's at the 20. Inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Louisiana.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Play the analytics here. You go for 2. This is a designed run. And he's knocked down.
No, he's short. And I tell you what, the QB, you see down this area, it's so short. You only got a couple yards you got to get. He thought he could get it, went downhill, tried to get there, but the defense says no, sir.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it down the right side. And that's how you finish it off, scoring on the final play of the game. doesn't affect the outcome, just a little cherry on top of the sundae. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. With these situations, you drop so many guys back deep. But as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.